Hello! So today I'm making a video about the best movies from each of the last 10 decades. And when I say that, I mean from the 1920s all the way up until now. And I know it's not the 2020s yet, but it might as well be. So I'm just gonna go from the last 10 decades up till now. I'm just doing a couple movies from each decade that I think are the best. Now, all of these are not necessarily my favorite, but they're up there in my favorites, and they're just my opinions on the best movies from the last 10 decades. So yeah. Number one from the 1920s is Sherlock Jr., which is a Buster Keaton movie. It's a really, really good, cute little movie, and it's like solving a mystery. But another thing that's funny about it is it's one of those a movie within a movie movies before that was even a thing. And Sherlock Jr. is just a good movie, and you need to go see it because it's good. The next movie from the 1920s is The Frozen North. Now, this is just the most funniest movie in the series of plot twists and everything that happens in this 20 minutes of movie. Like, seriously, this movie is so short, but all the dramatics that occur in this movie, I can't. Oh, I forgot to note, it's another Buster Keaton movie, but The Frozen North is a really, really good movie, so everybody needs to go see that right now. Pause this video and go watch The Frozen North, because that's how good it is. And now we move on to the 1930s. Now, again, these are going to be Buster Keaton movies because from the 20s to the 30s is going to be Buster Keaton. So, yeah. Anyways, the next movie, the first movie from the 1930s is Alley-Oop, which is a good movie. It's a Buster Keaton movie, and basically he tries to impress this girl by fixing all these things and doing all these things for her, and she ends up going with the stank man from the circus. But then when she realizes he's exactly that, a stank man from the circus, and he treats her raggedly, she ends up going with Buster Keaton in the end because she realizes that the other man was crusty, even though she's crusty for being with him in the first place. Not the point. But it's a good movie, and it's funny, and it's good.
Come in.
I can't. The door's locked.
I'll open it for you.
You sent for me?
Why, yes, but how did you know? The phone didn't answer.
Oh, I guessed it.
The next movie is Dil Boys, which is a really good Buster Keaton movie, though sadly you're going to have to buy it because this one is the only one that I don't think is in the public domain. What do they call it? When a movie doesn't have the copyrights on it anymore, so they put it up there for free. Like this one you have to pay for. The rest you can usually find on YouTube or something like that because they're just so old that the copyrights and stuff ran out, but this one you have to pay for and all that. Otherwise you're going to take 3,700 years to find it and find that you still have to pay for it, so tragic. But Dil Boys is a really, really good movie, and you should all go see it.
That you met again by chance, you never really guessed you'd part at the height of your romance. But something in the air tells me that she don't care.
Now on to the 1940s. Now, the 1940s had a lot of good movies, a lot of new, original, whatever you call it movies, but my favorite movie from the 1940s is Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So that was a really good movie, and it's just, I think, an iconic movie, so everybody should go see that. If you have never seen it, go see it because it's really, really good.
There's 3,000.
Better luck next time, Joe.
Well, the season just started. Well, look who's here.
Easy now. There. Poor kid, he's out cold.
Here, I'll make him come around.
Why, you...
Gee, I didn't know you were stuck on a guy.
Who's stuck on him? I ain't stuck on him. It's just the mother instinct. That's what it is, the mother instinct.
My father was the doctor there for 50 years. Died last fall, and I haven't found anyone I can honestly recommend to take his place. You've shown me you're the man for the job. How about it?
I know it's a fine opportunity, but believe me, in my case, it's impossible.
Why is it?
Because, Dr. Brackett, I'm a Negro.
That's so? Nobody believe it.
No one knows it here at the hospital.
Is your wife as white as you?
More so, I guess.
Well, I will admit, if you look colored, I never would have made you the offer. Keenum's no different from other places. But no one there has to know.
You know, Philip, I've been thinking, we deserve a real holiday after it's all over. Where would you like to go? Of course, I think we should come back here for a few days first. Otherwise, it might look a little like,
Praying I'd wake up and find we hadn't done it yet.
But why?
I'm scared to death, Brandon. I think we're going to get caught.
Oh, there's not a chance.
And now we go on to the 1950s, And the first movie from the 1950s is Guys and Dolls, because I think it's one of the, forget about best movies from the 50s, but one of the best movies of all time.
Give up cards and dice and go for shoes and rice. So gentlemen, deal me out. Do not try to feel me out. I got no more evenings free. Since Adelaide, Adelaide, ever-loving Adelaide is taking a chance. Talk about your long shots, taking a chance on me.
The second movie from the 1950s is Living It Up, which is a Martin and Lewis movie. It's a really, really good movie. Like, I don't want to explain all the plots because I don't want to spoil the plots of all the movies. But it's a really, really good movie. And, as you know, I really care about songs and movies, and it has songs and stuff. And it has good songs and stuff, so that's why I like, Living It Up.
Let me hit you once. Now listen carefully. When you come to, just pant and groan.
What do you mean when I come to?
Well, when you regain consciousness, yell every time the doctors touch you.
Yeah.
Okay, now, say goodnight to Papa.
Good night, Papa.
Good night.
Dr. Harris.
Steve.
Dr. Harris. Dr. Harris, are you in there?
Don't come in, nurse.
Steve, get up.
Dr. Harris, Dr. Egelhoff.
The next movie from the 1950s is Three Ring Circus, another Martin and Lewis movie. It's a really, really good movie. If only you could find it in HD quality, because seriously, the quality of this movie is astounding. And if they had a DVD, I would buy the DVD, but I don't think there's a DVD because I can't find the DVD anywhere, so I mean, where's the DVD? But this is a really good movie. It has Jar Jar Gabor, it has Dean Martin, it has Jerry Lewis, and it's just a really good movie. They work at the circus, and all this stuff happens. There's songs in it again. It's just a really good movie, and I like it.
You're wrong. Don't you understand? You're attractive and feminine, and you're warm.
Do you really mean that?
Well, of course. That's why we have to go ahead with this thing. Now, you merely have to make up your mind and say, I'll do it.
You're right. You're absolutely right. We'll do it.
Splendid. Splendid. A very, very good decision. Well, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir.
What are you trying to do?
Well,
Don't you realize this is one of our big attractions and you're trying to shave her?
Well, she needs a shave.
Now look.
The next movie from the 1950s is Anna Costa, and this has Sammy Davis Jr. and Eartha Kitt in it, and it's a really cute, really good movie. And basically, she's just, like, choosing whether she wants to be with Sammy Davis Jr. or be with this other boy. It also has Rex Ingram in it, playing her dad. And it's kind of hard to explain the plot, so you just have to see it, but it's a good movie, trust me.
Hello, baby.
Hiya, Danny.
Is it good to see you?
Hey, don't handle me like a sack of potatoes.
Hey, you lost weight, baby.
Yeah, among other things.
Yeah, but you're still a fine-looking chick.
Thanks.
Hey, Lester, look what I found.
Well, you sure don't lose no time.
Oh, this is the girl I've been telling you about.
Oh, pardon me.
And pardon me, is this the last of the convoy?
Yeah, no, it's the last of the convoy.
Frankie, answer me. Are you all right? Don't think you can fool me into opening this door, because I'm not going to. Are you all right, Frankie? Please answer me.
Molly, if you love me, kill me, please. Oh, I'm so cold. I'm so cold.
God.
Please make me warm, Molly. I'm so cold. So cold. You and me will be the greatest partners, buddies and pals.
You and me will be the greatest partners, buddies and pals.
All right, let's get some sleep. We'll try again in the morning.
Oh, thanks a lot. Here, I'll cover you up. It's cold out here at night, in the open air.
Who's there?
Captain McCarthy.
Hey, what the...
Next, we go on to the 1960s. The first movie from the 1960s, obvious if you know me, Ocean's 11, because seriously, forget it. This is one of the best movies of all time.
Let's say you're right. Let's say you're absolutely right. But remember, I did not invent myself.
What's that supposed to mean?
That means I do not own the patent.
The next movie from the 1960s is Robin and the Seven Hoods. And Robin and the Seven Hoods is just a really good movie. And again, this has a good plot too, actually. So you should go see it. Because it's actually really funny too. So you need to go see this movie right now.
Who hit Big Jim?
Hit who?
Him.
Geez, you're looking good. You know, would you put on a little weight?
What's the matter with you? Give the man a seat. Get up.
All right, Gisborne, who hit him?
What's the difference who hit him? The man is dead. Forget about it.
Flip your wings and fly to daddy. Flip your wings and fly to daddy. Flip your wings and fly to daddy. Fly, fly, fly to daddy.
Now, on to everybody's favorite era, the 70s. So now that we're getting into the 70s, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. So, the first movie from the 70s, obviously, is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It's the best movie in the world, and everybody needs to go see it at once. Because I already made like 50 videos on this movie, and it needs to be seen immediately.
Bang, bang, Maxwell's silver hammer came down upon his head. Bang, bang, Maxwell's silver hammer made sure he was dead.
Now, onto the next movie from the 70s is The Wiz, because musical quality alone, The Wiz deserves to be in the National Film Archive, because that's how good that the songs are. Like, seriously, bye. And if you say otherwise, then bye.
You'll be out in the world, such a pretty girl, but you'll be on your own, and I'd like to know it's there, the feeling that we had. Tell me what would I do if I could feel? What would I do if I could reach inside of me and to know how it feels to say, I like what I see?
The next movie from the 70s is The Naked Civil Servant. It's about Quentin Crisp, and it stars John Hurt. And I said the thing is, it makes you, the cover and the title makes you think the movie is way different than it is. Like, seriously, look, The Naked Civil Servant, and then you look at the cover, you think this movie is a porno, but it's not. It's like actually a good movie, so so that's why everybody should watch The Naked Civil Servant.
Now, what are you going to do today while I'm out at work?
I shall experiment with a new eyeshadow.
You don't have to look like a woman. Now, why do you try?
Come on, you, out.
Tim.
Out.
Beryl wants me here. She may need me here.
I don't bloody need you here, and it's my band.
Don't wake her, Tim. She's tired.
Well, I'm tired, too. I'm tired of having you around, so come on, you bloody get out. And you just bloody leave us in peace. And you get back in bed and keep out of this. Just get her out of here.
Tim, just for the night. She may not be well.
Oh, and whose fault's that, eh?
Tim, be quiet.
Come on, out. Bloody out.
Go away.
Take your hands off me.
Don't you touch me.
I had my bloody right, haven't I?
Don't touch me.
What is it, Reg? That's the Hamiltons again.
Family.
God, I forgot to keep the fuel up in the generator. They'll be into the garage. You stay here.
What's this for?
Comfort.
I think I've heard enough.
No, you haven't heard enough. Damn it, if a guy works overtime, why don't you pay him overtime? If he needs insurance, why don't you give him insurance? We don't like to come up here begging. We're not asking for charity. We're not asking you to be generous. We're just asking you to be smart businessmen.
I see. Well, the answer is no, Mr. Kovac. No insurance, no overtime, no pay raises.
Now we get into, this probably is my favorite era, the 1980s. I wish I was alive in the 80s. I wish I was the age I am right now in the 1980s, severely, so seriously, bye. Anyways, so the first movie from the 1980s is obvious for me, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, because this was a good movie. 10 out of 10. I don't care what anybody says. Bill and Ted is quality film, okay? It's, oh my gosh. This is cinematic excellence at its finest. I love this movie, and I don't care what anybody says. And plus, it's just, I love the 80s. Like I said, it's so 80s, and I love the music and the songs and all that. It's just so good, and it has a good plot and stuff like that. So that's why I like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Listen to this dude, Rufus. He knows what he's talking about.
Right. Oh, and Ted, give my love to the princesses. Who? You'll see.
Next movie from the 1980s is Cracking Up, which is a Jerry Lewis movie. It's just so funny to me. I don't know. I like it. And I don't care if anybody hates. If everybody else in the world hates this movie, then oh well.
It is I, Claude. What are you doing?
Oh, Claude. Hello, Claude. I am making the dummy that looks just like moi.
Isn't one of you enough?
Stop with the jokes.
Now, the next movie from the 1980s is My Left Foot. You see, it was weird when I first heard of My Left Foot. I watched it because the name My Left Foot made me think of something. I was like, what? What about his left foot? I was like, what about my left foot? I thought it was a man and like his foot fell off or something like that. I don't know. But when I finally watched My Left Foot, I was like, oh. And it's actually a really good movie, so everybody should watch it.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what's happened to you?
It's all right, Ma. It's only cold.
I know where you got that coal. You know it's a sin to steal. And you know that God is looking down on you right now. And that coal is not coming into this house.
Come on in here, Zippy the firewoman.
You want me to wash it, Christy?
No.
To 40 group, take your places, please.
Right. Let's see which one of us can touch his toes. Right over from the hips, brothers and sisters, please. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Smith? 6079 Smith W. Yes, you. Bend lower. You're not trying. Watch me. There, brother. That's what I want. Anyone under 45 is perfectly capable of touching his toes. I'm 39 and I've had 4 children.
Now we move on to the 1990s. And the first movie is Extreme Measures, which is a Hugh Grant movie. And this is a really good movie. It's a really makes you think type of movie. And I like it because it's different from the typical Hugh Grant movie where he's just like, you know, romantic comedy, I guess. And I always hated romantic comedies. That's why I never watched them. And it's just such a good movie. And it has Sarah Jessica Parker in it. So everybody needs to go see this movie right now because it's so good. Serious Hugh Grant movie. 10 out of 10.
Someone there? Hello? Someone there? Shit. Okay, look. Someone's there and you're listening. I'm looking for someone called Teddy Dolls. Jesus Christ. Ah!
The next movie from the 1990s is Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, because this is a really good movie. It has Hugo Weaving, it has Guy Pearce, and it has Terrence Stamp in it. Let me see. And Terrence Stamp plays a transgender lady called Bernadette. I think that's supposed to be her name. I can't remember because they make fun of her name so many times in Priscilla that I can't remember if her name was Bernice or Bernadette or something like that. But I know her name starts with a B, whatever. Anyways, Guy Pearce plays a drag queen and Hugo Weaving plays a drag queen, and they both go on this trip with Bernadette, and we see them doing different performances and stuff. This is a good movie, like seriously, bye. And because I love when movies know how to do an ending, the way they ended Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, you cannot tell me that's not the best movie ending you've ever seen in your life. Like seriously, bye.
Mamma mia, does it show again? Mama, just how much I missed you. There's nothing broken hearted. Blues is the day we parted. Why did I ever let you go? But now we're standing face to face. Isn't this world a crazy place? Just when I thought our chance had passed, you go and save the best for last.
The next movie from the 1990s is In the Name of the Father, which is a Daniel Day-Lewis movie, and him and his friend are basically taken to this jail and being accused of being terrorists or conspiring against the state or whatever like that. So he gets arrested and he goes to jail with his dad, and they're basically in jail for like 40 years, and they take his whole family to jail, his aunt, her kids, and everything, and it's just really, really tragic actually, but it's such a good movie. Like seriously.
It's not funny, Jerry. Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace. Are you on drugs?
Maybe if somebody gave me back my princess points, I would do the hitchhiking thing and get us the ride.
How you gonna hitchhike, huh, if there are no cars, stupid?
Well, you don't know me very well, do you, Creepella? I'm the Latina Marilyn Monroe. I got more legs than a bucket of chicken. Pendeja desgraciada como
Now she's going to get herself kidnapped by some mountain man, and we will have to rescue her.
Why she always gotta have the last word, huh?
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
How's it going?
What is the meaning of life?
Every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn.
Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song.
Getting into the 2000s, my era when I was born. Oh my gosh. Because I was born in the year 2000. Can you believe it? Okay. The first movie from the year 2000 is Haunted Mansion. I do not care what anybody says. Haunted Mansion is a good movie and deserves better. Haunted Mansion deserved better. People always jump on this movie and be like, it's so trash. Eddie Murphy's comedy is trash. I'm like, how dare you? This is the best movie. And I always used to watch this as a little kid. This is 10 out of 10 quality comedy movie. And I hate comedy movies. So you know this is a good movie because I hate comedy. But anyways, I don't care what anybody says. This is a good movie.
Your union was unacceptable. I tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen. So you killed her. I told you it would be a mistake to run away with that girl.
But I loved her. Was love my mistake?
Yes!
These things never quite work as you expect them to, Mr. Angier. That's one of the principal beauties of science. I'll need a couple of weeks to iron out the problems with the machine. We'll send word when it's ready. Don't forget your hat.
Well, which one is mine?
They're all your hats, Mr. Angier.
Can I come with you?
Come with me? Where to?
You know, where you're going. Where you live. To stay, sort of.
To stay? No, of course not. You can't come with me. But you say you run away. Well, that's not good. People might come looking for you. I can't be doing with that.
But I could help with the digging. I could carry your things for you.
Listen, are you simple or something? I said no. No, no, no. Now go away, go home.
My wallet's on the store. I never have anything to do.
It's all right. No, no, no. Hey, come on. Huh? Yeah?
Please, can I come? I've got nowhere to go.
What? I mean... Do you really want to help with the work?
Yes, please.
Do you like animals?
I love animals. So can I come?
Yes, I suppose so.
I'm Colin.
I haven't seen you at school.
Just moved from Ireland. My dad's a musician.
Is he?
He's not Bono.
I just thought because you're Irish and you care about...
He's not Bono.
Do you play?
Just piano, guitar, trumpet, drums, and bass.
He's pure gold. For once in your life, be cool.
So, is your name as pretty as your face?
Oh.
You okay there?
It's the same old story, Damn it, Jimmy, I'm sorry, man. They put me in a hell of a bind.
No, that's cool, that's cool.
Son, where you going?
You gonna ask them to change their mind?
My daddy always used to tell me, it's a lot easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. You ready?
We swimming?
Yeah, we're swimming.
That's all right.
Finally, we get on to the last decade. Oh, Jesus, before the 2020s, which is the 2010s, which we are in now.
We need 2 purses, please, and every day in clutch, and grab that belt. No, not the Dior, the Rabanne.
You can't put a Paco Rabanne belt on a Batou.
She's not going to wear Batou.
What's wrong with the Batou?
Nothing. If you're fat, the Dior goes with the Rabanne.
It won't match.
It doesn't have to match.
Why did you rescue me?
You, my friend, were an unexpected gift. It's not every day that I come across a man, albeit one suffering from such grotesque deformity, who is so clearly talented, observant, and resourceful, and in possession of the most gifted pair of hands I have ever seen. My interest in you does not stem from charity.
What are you doing here, you silly toss?
Have you got something to say to me?
Who is it? It's for me, Mum! You came all this way to make a scene.
I'd walk further than this.
Get in here.
He's a funny-looking thing.
He's had a fight with his girlfriend. What?
Boys like that do not have girlfriends.
What do you want me to do? Kick him out in the street? It's so easy. Okay. It's me.
Berkovich, Alice, you're under arrest.
Hey! Hey! You idiot! You just ruined the scene.
Well, she struggled.
Communist police officers do not use violence the way capitalist policemen do. What will people think?
And now my list is complete. So that's just my list of the best movies from the last 10 decades. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.